It was the middle of the 19th century when people from a certain town came to visit the great Rabbi Yisrael of Salant. He was a great man, father of the Muslim movement, the movement that changed people's lives and taught them how to live and how to be better people. They had a candidate for the leader of their town. They asked the great rabbi if they thought he was a good candidate. Surprisingly, the rabbi said no. I don't think you should choose him as a leader. Why not? They said. Well, you see, I was once in a synagogue with him, and I noticed how he walked into the synagogue, and he looked down on the floor, and there on the floor was a piece of paper. No doubt he thought it was a piece that was torn from a prayer book, and it was a holy piece of paper. He bent down to pick it up, looked at it, saw that it had no Hebrew or sacred writings on it, and he put it back down on the floor. Such a person cannot be a leader of your community. Later on, one of the people asked a great rabbi, he said, Rabbi Yisrael, but why is he not a leader? Just because he doesn't understand the sanctity of the temple, just because he doesn't see that that's not the way to act in a synagogue, why does that make him not a leader? And he said, no, you misunderstood. The reason that he's not a leader is because what he's not realizing is that when he puts that paper back down on the floor, someone else is going to come in and make the same mistake as him. And then that person will need to bend down, pick it up, and look at the paper. You see, you have to always be thinking of others. And if you want to be a great person, that's where it starts. Yom Kippur is coming, and we all want an extra merit before Yom Kippur. And I believe that the greatest thing you could do is be thinking of others. Realize, thinking, even when you're bending down to pick up a piece of paper, you take it and put it in the garbage because no one else should have to do that. Not only because you want the place to be clean, you're saving the job of someone else. Now for you that may mean something completely different. It may mean calling up that aunt of yours that you haven't spoken in so long. It may be finding the job for your neighbor or looking for a job for your neighbor. It may just be asking about the welfare of someone who you haven't spoken to in a long time. But it's a shift. It's a paradigm shift. Before Yom Kippur, let's get out of all the me stuff. Everything is not all about you. Everything is about others. We have to think and change our direction. When we do that, when we think about others before Yom Kippur, perhaps God thinks of us and says, that's the kind of person that we need. That person can be a leader. That's a person that we want to keep around. That's a person who is deserving of all the blessings in the world. Have a great Yom Kippur. Pray well. Something to think about.